Good news for immigrants, a court just blocked Trump, and a new bill could legalize millions. A powerful federal court just blocked Trump's attempt to restrict birthright citizenship. At the same time, Congress is debating a new bipartisan immigration reform bill. And for those who've recently received a green card, USCIS has just clarified that international travel remains possible if you follow the new guidelines carefully. This triple update impacts undocumented immigrants, permanent residents, and US-born children alike. The legal and legislative direction of immigration in 2025 is now shifting fast. Court says no, Trump's executive order struck down. Trump's executive order aimed to redefine the 14th Amendment by denying citizenship to children born in the U.S. to undocumented or temporary visa parents. This week, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled the order unconstitutional, stating that birthright citizenship cannot be eliminated through executive action by the president. The court emphasized that the Constitution clearly grants citizenship to almost everyone born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' legal or immigration status. Two of the three judges, both appointed by President Clinton, voted to block the order. The lone dissent came from a judge nominated by Trump himself. Legal experts called it a major constitutional victory. The ruling restores protection for thousands of American-born children who faced sudden legal uncertainty under Trump's policy. Why this ruling matters for millions. The ruling protects families from years of potential fallout, including statelessness, loss of benefits, and disqualification from government identification and public education access. It also signals that even in an era of aggressive immigration policies, judicial oversight remains strong, and the courts still uphold constitutional principles. The Trump administration is expected to appeal to the Supreme Court, but for now, the order has no legal power and cannot be enforced nationwide. If the Supreme Court takes the case, it could result in one of the most consequential immigration rulings in recent history, impacting generations to come. The Dignity Act, a new path for the undocumented. While courts push back on executive power, Congress is debating something very different, a rare bipartisan immigration bill called the Dignity Act of 2025. Introduced by Representatives Veronica Escobar and Maria Elvira Salazar, the bill seeks to balance enforcement with compassion while offering stability to long-term undocumented immigrants. The core of the bill is the Dignity Program, a system that allows those who entered before December 31, 2020, to obtain legal status and work authorization. Participants would receive deportation protection and a renewable 7-year legal residency status, provided they pass background checks and meet program compliance obligations. What it offers to dreamers and legal immigrants. The bill also provides a structured pathway to permanent residence for dreamers, those brought to the U.S. as children, through higher education, employment, or military service. It proposes to reduce decades-long backlogs by increasing visa caps, eliminating per-country quotas for immediate relatives, and improving transparency in family and employment-based immigration categories. To address rising asylum claims, the Dignity Act introduces border humanitarian campuses designed to conduct screenings within 15 days and issue decisions within 45 days. These changes would significantly reduce processing delays and prevent abuse of the system while protecting those fleeing genuine danger from harm and persecution. Security and enforcement balance in the bill. To appeal to Republicans, the bill includes major border security provisions such as better infrastructure, increased border patrol pay, and expanded technology to monitor illegal crossings. It mandates E-Verify for all U.S. employers and imposes stricter penalties on unauthorized employment, while still protecting sensitive locations like schools and churches from enforcement raids. A $10 billion fund would be allocated to the Department of Homeland Security to implement these initiatives while also increasing training and accountability standards for immigration officers. Although praised for its balance, the bill still faces criticism from both sides. Progressives want more pathways to citizenship, while hardliners oppose any relief for undocumented residents. The political future of the bill. Despite being a rare bipartisan proposal, the Dignity Act faces significant hurdles in a politically divided Congress where immigration remains one of the most polarizing issues. Still, the fact that it's gaining momentum during an election year speaks volumes about shifting public attitudes and the pressure to find a lasting immigration solution. If passed, it would be the most comprehensive immigration reform since the 1986 amnesty under President Ronald Reagan, impacting millions of individuals and families across the country. Time will tell whether this bill survives, but its very presence shows that compromise on immigration is still possible, even in today's heated political climate. Green card travel in 2025, what you need to know. For new green card holders, the rules around international travel have not changed dramatically, but there are important reminders to avoid problems at re-entry. You are allowed to travel immediately after receiving your green card, especially for short trips, but the key is to avoid long or repeated absences from the U.S. Trips under 6 months are generally safe. Any stay abroad longer than that may raise suspicion that you've abandoned your permanent resident status in the United States. To protect yourself, always carry your valid green card, your foreign passport, and return travel plans to show you intend to come back and live in the U.S. What officers look for when you return. CBP officers at ports of entry are trained to spot red flags. If they suspect you're living abroad full-time, they can refer you for secondary inspection or worse. If your green card is lost overseas, you must file Form I-131A to re-enter the U.S. You'll also need proof of status, like an I-797 receipt notice. Maintain strong ties to the U.S., a lease, job, bank account, or utility bills can help prove you're still rooted here. These documents can be invaluable at the border. Never sign Form I-407 unless you fully intend to surrender your green card status. Many immigrants mistakenly sign it under pressure or confusion while re-entering the country. The big picture for immigrants in 2025. 3 major developments in 1 week, each with long-term consequences. A federal court just reinforced constitutional rights for children born on U.S. soil. A new immigration reform bill may finally provide millions with legal protections, work rights, and long-term stability after decades of fear and uncertainty in the shadows. And green card holders received renewed clarity that their travel rights are intact, but must be exercised carefully to avoid accidental status loss or inspection risks. Whether you're a dreamer, an undocumented worker, or a permanent resident, these stories prove that immigration law is still evolving, and your future in the U.S. depends on staying informed. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.